Good afternoon, everyone. Today's video, me and Renz Habat will tackle about gender and development. What is gender and development? An approach focuses on the socially constructed differences between men and women, the need to challenge existing gender role and relations, the creation and effects of class differences on development. Gender and development focuses on social, economic, political, and cultural forces that determine how differently men and women participate in, benefit from, and control the resources and activities. Focuses on gender relation and designs developing programs to respond to gender. Commits the goal of gender equality and women's empowerment and improvement. What is gender? The state of being male or female. What is development? A specified state of growth. Gender and development focuses on gender mainstreaming or a strategy for making women's as well as men's concern and experiences an integral dimension of the design, implementation, monitoring, and evaluation of policies, programs, and projects in all social, political, civil, and economic spheres so that women and men benefit equally. Assessing the implication for women and men of any planned action, including legislation, policies, or programs in all areas and at all levels. The Magna Carta of Women, Republic Act number 9710, defines gender and development programs as the development perspective and process that is participatory, empowering, equitable, sustainable, free from violence, respectful of human rights, supportive of self-determination, actualization of human potential. What are the two majors of frameworks? Gender rule focuses on social construction of identities within the household. It also reveals the expectation from maleness and femaleness in their relative access to resources. Social relation analysis exposes the social dimension of hierarchical power relation embedded in social institution, also its determining influence on the relative position of men and women in society. It's an attempt to create gender equality, denoting women having same opportunities as men, including ability to participate in the public sphere. God policies aims to redefine traditional gender role expectation. What is the equality importance to economic development? It is a sustainable development nga relies on ending discrimination towards women and providing equal opportunities for education and employment. Gender equality has been conclusively shown to stimulate economic growth, which is crucial for low-income countries. Theories of gender and development to be tackled by Renz Habat.
Next is gender theories. Number 1 is psychodynamic theory. Muna siya ang nag-affect sa aton behavior nga nanggalin sa aton childhood experiences. Kag may personality kita nga made of 3 parts, amo na siya ang id, the ego, and the superego. Kag id kag ego are parts of unconscious mind, kag amo na sila ang naga-conflict sa superego, kag superego which is part of the conscious mind. Next is symbolic interactionism theory by George Herbert Mead. Example is studies find that teenagers are well informed about the risk of tobacco, but they also think that smoking is cool, that they themselves will be safe from harm, and smoking projects a positive image to their peers. So, the symbolic meaning of smoking overrides that actual fact regarding smoking and risk. Bale, amo na di siya ka kung ano ang makita sa palibot. Next is social learning theory. Based on outward motivational factors that argue that if children receive positive reinforcement, they are motivated to continue a particular behavior. Amo sa guys nga ko ng bata gani gaan mo premyo bali nag-outcome siya sing positive sa ilang utok nga magpursige gid sa ilang brown. Next is cognitive learning theory. Diri na ding stage nga ang bata kabalo na manumdom sa kung ano ang makita iya kag kung ano ang mangin siya. Pareho nga nakita sang bata nga laki ang iya tatay nagasuksok sang panglalaki nga bayo kag siyempre nagasulod sa utok ya nga siya laki man, kag ang other side naman niya ang sample lang bata nga laki nakita yang tatay or magulang niya nga nagasuksok sang pamabayi nga bayo bali nagasulod sa utok ya na siya bayi man, kag amo nang nagasingin sa iya utok kay amo nang nakita ya sa iya palibot. So next kita sa standpoint theory. Probably the fact that our culture and many others are organized hierarchically, some groups of people have more social capital or cultural privilege than others. Next is gender socialization. Amo ni siya ang mga impluwensya sang parents, teacher, schools, and media through gender socialization. Ang children nagabigin na to develop their own beliefs about gender and ultimately form their own gender identity. Gender stereotype. Diri na di na may ma-judge sa imo kung ano ila true sa ila nga makita sa imo nga example nga kung magsuksok ang laki sang pink ginatawag dayon nga gay, pink nga bayo ginatawag dayon nga gay, kag ang sa bayo naman niya nga kung ang sa palibot niya nga kung ang sa bayo naman niya nga mahilig siya magsuksok sang mga jersey, kaala or ano man nga gamit kalalaki, which means nga damo din ma-judge sa iya nga abising iban lesbian siya. Dili kita sa gender ideology. Traditional gender ideology maintains that men's sphere is work and women's sphere is the home. Implicit assumption is that men have greater power than women. Number 2 is egalitarian gender ideology maintains that power is distributed equally between men and women and that each group identifies equally with the same spheres. 3 is transitional. It is acceptable for women to devote energy to both work and family domains, but women should proportionally more responsible. Kadto kita sa history. The concept of gender and development in the Philippines can trace its roots to Sidao. The late Leticia Ramos Shahani played a critical role in the crafting and adoption of this vital document. CEDAW means Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, and an international treaty adopted by United Nations General Assembly in 1979. Uh, Role of mass movement. Gender is complex variable that is a part of social, cultural, economic, and political context. It is also relevant for the work of civil society movements. Gender refers to socially constructed differences between men and women, whereas sex refers to biological differences between men and women. Being socially constructed, gender differences varies depending on age, marital status, religion, ethnicity, culture, race, and so on. Sexual differences vary little across this variable. Development analysis have recognized now for several decades the need to ensure that gender is examined and integrated into development. Project is in integrating gender into development. Practitioners are responding to the priority needs of women and men, and being aware of what benefits or adverse effects could impact either. And that's all. Thank you.